Hi guys, so today I'm going to show you how I clean out the hedgehog cage. First and foremost, I tend to just dump out the old food and get their bowls, or his bowl, out of here. That way I don't end up dumping food or water all over the place. I'll also take his curtain down so you can see. This is just a, it's a fleecy curtain. It has little danglies. That's just secured with some clips. And then below it is just a dig box, and there's usually treats or food in there. So that will get taken out, the fleece will get shaken out, and the extra just treats or kibble that gets dumped and set aside. His tunnel, which is made out of those foam sheets that you can get really cheap, and it's glued together. You can wipe them clean. This one will probably need wiped clean. I have them in a bunch of different colors depending upon, oop, there goes the camera. Here we go. I have them in a bunch of different colors depending upon what color fleece I'm using. So, alright, we got his snuggle sack, which has mustaches on it. That'll be tossed in the wash. His wheel, which is actually relatively clean because I wiped it out right before I started filming this, because they get really, really gross. So that also gets set aside. His igloo cover will get put in the wash, even though it probably doesn't need to. His igloo comes out. His fleecy strips come out. I'll give him a second to wake up. I'm coming in and invading his house. He's not too happy with me. I usually just put the fleecy strips inside the igloo. His little toys are gonna come out. Just some jingly cat balls and a fleecy thing he likes to carry around. Say good morning. He's trying to find somewhere to hide. Hi. Good morning. Alright, so he gets put in a snuggle sack over to the side. Nothing all too special because he tends to just go to sleep while I'm cleaning. This is, after all, his nighttime. So these fleece strips get put in here. They get washed when needed. And then, obviously, the fleece comes up. Now, I have my fleece on a bed pad, which isn't totally necessary because, as you can see, well, actually, I don't know if you can see, he pees in one spot. And that's right where his wheel is. But I like to have it anyway, just because the absorbency is nice to have, so it's not getting all over my coroplast. Plus they're washable, so it's not like it's a puppy pad or something where I have to continue to buy it. The fleece gets taken out, but first it gets shaken out. I shake it out more outside, but this gets food bits and stuff off of it just initially, so that when I'm setting it off to the side, I'm not dripping food and stuff all over the place. And as you can see, there's quite a bit of food and well, it's mostly food, but you get a couple little stray poops, I just take a dustpan, just get all the crumbs out. This is pretty much just crumbs from the food. Like I said, there are a couple stray poos, but he generally keeps all of his poop on his wheel, which some people leave. They put little litter pans under their wheels. I sometimes do potty pads, which I made myself. They're just those bed pads, but cut to fit right under his wheel. And then they have fleece sewed around them. Okay, so now the fleece is in, and you can straighten it out more or do whatever. Keep in mind, I mean, they do just pee and poop on it. They don't particularly care how pretty it looks. The wheel gets put back in, and I'm gonna go ahead and toss these balls back in and the fleecy strips, and with the igloo on it, just because those aren't particularly dirty. They don't need washed this week. I'll go ahead and put him back in his house so he can go back to sleep. You want to say hi one more time? You want to say hi one more time? Say no, I don't want to say hi. Say hi. Alright. He can go back in his bed. He'll run off into it and there he goes. Now, I'll end up putting the igloo cover back on there just because it keeps him nice and toasty and it stays pretty dark. Do this tunnel this week. Dropping fluff. So that'll go in there. And then we'll do another blue foam tunnel. And a snuggle sack, which I happen to have one that matches his tunnel. And actually it is a bit warm, so I might not keep this fleecy tunnel in there. He loves it, but because it's so thick and because it's made, it's a layer of fleece, and then in between there's batting, and then, you know, the outside fabric. But because it's so thick, it's really warm. We'll see. We'll keep it as an option in the back here. And then we'll put that there. And now I have a lot of Heidi's here, mostly because my cage is large. There is a general misconception with hedgehogs that the bigger the better for their housing arrangements. This isn't actually true. Yes, they need a spacious cage. However, they don't need something as ginormous as this. In fact, if you do something this big, you have to keep in mind that it is a bit harder to heat, and they tend to need places to hide. Now, Draco's okay with a size like this, but many hedgehogs need something smaller. Alright, so I washed out his bowls, I washed his igloo cover, and I actually did end up taking these out just because they're very warm, and these two tend to be just a little less hot. So we're just gonna add his water in. This is filtered water. Obviously, I mean, you give your hedgehog whatever kind of water you want. And he gets 2 tablespoons worth of food. Or, yeah, about 2 tablespoons. Now, I realize that doesn't look like much. However, my hedgehog, for 1, is overweight, and for 2, this kibble is very, well, small. Okay, so now all that's left is his dig box, which, like I said, gets a tiny bit more food and some treats. This week we're doing crickets, which he actually tends to not really eat that much of. So that goes in there. And then, his other toy. Now I have just these binder clips, and these will hold his fleecy curtain in place. Nothing all too special. That leads back there. Give you an overview. I'll show you how these are clipped. Once across and then downward as well. That just means that if he pulls it, it's not gonna come down on him. Stay tuned. There will be more videos. And everyone have a nice day.